Every UPSC result proves one thing quietly. Success does not begin at the final stage. It begins much earlier, with the kind of foundation a student builds. The UPSC CSE 2025 result makes that visible again. 10 candidates in the top 100 prepared through the Vision IAS GS Foundation Classroom course, including AIR 5 in Shan Bhatnagar. That kind of result is not built on motivation alone. It is built on the right sequence, the right guidance, and the right correction. This is what the Vision IAS Delhi GS Foundation course is designed for. Concept-first classroom learning, so preparation is not scattered. Early answer writing and testing, so improvement starts on time. PT 365 and Mains 365, so current affairs become usable in the exam. And mentorship that keeps preparation aligned, focused and accountable. Because in UPSC, hard work is common. Structured preparation is what creates separation. If you are targeting UPSC 2027, start by building your base the right way. Vision IAS Delhi GS Foundation course. Upcoming classroom batches at Karol Bagh, 24th March at 5 p.m., 30th March at 8 a.m. and 7th April at 11 a.m. At GTP Nagar, 17th March at 8 a.m. and 25th March at 6 p.m. Register at our website or call us on the given numbers.
यूपीएससी 2027 का लक्ष्य जितना बड़ा है उसे पाने की योजना भी उतनी ही स्पष्ट और संगठित होनी चाहिए। विजन आईएएस लेकर आया है क्लासरूम फाउंडेशन कोर्स 2027 के 12 से 14 महीनों का एक ऐसा सुव्यवस्थित कार्यक्रम है जहां आपकी तैयारी एक अनुशासित और वैज्ञानिक ढांचे में आगे बढ़ती है। यहाँ क्लासरूम लर्निंग के साथ साथ आपको मिलता है लाइव और रिकॉर्डेड सेशंस का विकल्प, जिसे आप अपने व्यक्तिगत ऑनलाइन पोर्टल के माध्यम से कभी भी और कहीं भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं। तैयारी के सफर को और भी प्रभावी बनाती है हमारी व्यक्तिगत क्लासरूम मेंटरिंग। हमारे एक्सपर्ट मेंटर्स नियमित मार्गदर्शन और स्मार्ट स्टडी मैनेजमेंट के जरिए आपकी तैयारी को एक सही दिशा और गति प्रदान करते हैं। शैक्षणिक दृष्टिकोण से देखें तो यह कोर्स मुख्य परीक्षा के सामान्य अध्ययन के चारों प्रश्न पत्रों, सीसेट और निबंध का व्यापक कवरेज सुनिश्चित करता है। विषयों की समसामयिक समझ विकसित करने के लिए मासिक करंट अफेयर्स मैगजीन और रिवीजन क्लासेस के साथ साथ PT 365 और मेंस 365 की विशेष कक्षाएं भी इस कार्यक्रम का अनिवार्य हिस्सा हैं, ताकि स्टैटिक और करंट अफेयर्स के बीच एक सटीक संतुलन बना रहे। तैयारी की गहराई मापने के लिए निरंतर अभ्यास अनिवार्य है, इसलिए डेली असाइनमेंट्स और साप्ताहिक मिनी टेस्ट के साथ साथ मासिक प्रीलिम्स और मेंस टेस्ट के माध्यम से आपकी प्रगति का निरंतर आकलन किया जाता है। इस कार्यक्रम की शक्ति है हमारी प्रतिष्ठित ऑल इंडिया टेस्ट सीरीज, जिसमें प्रीलिम्स के 35, मेंस के 30, सीसेट के 25 और निबंध के 5 टेस्ट का समावेश है। साथ ही संधान पोर्टल पर 25,000 से अधिक प्रश्नों का विशाल संग्रह आपके अभ्यास और विश्लेषण को और भी सुदृढ़ बनाता है। अब समय है अपनी मेहनत को एक मजबूत, संरचित और निरंतर प्रक्रिया में ढालने का। विजन आईएएस के साथ जुड़े और यूपीएससी 2027 की अपनी सफलता की राह को एक स्पष्ट दिशा दें।
UPSC Prelims is not the destination, it's the first crucial step, and clearing this step requires more than hard work. It demands the right strategy. Vision IAS All India GS Prelims Test Series 2027 with Sandhan is designed to give you that edge from the very beginning. With 35 structured tests, build your journey from fundamentals to full-length tests, ensuring clear, step-by-step progression. With Sandhan, personalized practice, you get more than 25,000 questions targeting your weak areas. Every test becomes a step toward measurable improvement. With smart analysis plus mentoring gain, get precise insights into your mistakes and refine your strategy with expert guidance. With quick revision material, QRM, focus on revising what truly matters exactly when you need it the most. Starting from 19th April, ensure you don't just attempt Prelims 2027, you prepare to clear it. To register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. All India GS Mains Test Series and Mentoring Program 2027, not just a test series, a system designed to improve how you write. For Mains 2027, what matters is not how much you know, but how effectively you present it on paper. And that's exactly what this program builds. Write regularly, get evaluated with precision, understand your mistakes, improve with clear mentorship. So with every test, your answers become more structured, more relevant, more impactful. This is where preparation turns into performance. Start early, improve consistently. Be ready for Mains 2027. To know more, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. Are you ready to face prelims head-on? Because prelims is not just about knowledge, it's about performance under pressure. That's where Abhyaas, the All India Prelims, GS plus CSAT mock test comes in. Designed as a true exam simulation, Abhyaas recreates the real UPSC. Prelims experience the same pattern, the same time constraints, and the same intensity. It places you in a national arena, competing with aspirants across India, backed by an all-India ranking that reveals your true standing. Attempted by 1 in 3 top 50 rankers, Abhyaas has become a trusted benchmark for serious aspirants. With detailed post-test analysis, live discussions, and complete syllabus coverage in both English and Hindi, it ensures your preparation is not just extensive but exam-ready. 3 full-length offline simulations will be conducted across 100+ cities on 5th April, 19th April, and 10th May. From 9:30 am to 11:30 am for General Studies, that is Paper 1, and 2:30 pm to 4:30 pm for CSAT, that's Paper 2. Challenge your preparation, test your performance. For more information or register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. Every UPSC result proves one thing quietly: success does not begin at the final stage. It begins much earlier, with the kind of foundation a student builds. The UPSC CSE 2025 result makes that visible again. 10 candidates in the top 100 prepared through the Vision IAS GS Foundation Classroom course, including AIR 5 Nishan Bhatnagar. That kind of result is not built on motivation alone. It is built on the right sequence, the right guidance, and the right correction. This is what the Vision IAS Delhi GS Foundation course is designed for. Concept first classroom learning, so preparation is not scattered. Early answer writing and testing, so improvement starts on time. PT 365 and Mains 365, so current affairs become usable in the exam. And mentorship that keeps preparation aligned, focused, and accountable. Because in UPSC, hard work is common. Structured preparation is what creates separation. If you are targeting UPSC 2027, start by building your base the right way. Vision IAS Delhi GS Foundation course. Upcoming classroom batches at Karol, Bagh, 24th March at 5 pm, 30th March at 8 am, and 7th April at 11 am. At GTP Nagar, 17th March at 8 am and 25th March at 6 pm. Register at our website or call us on the given numbers.
यूपीएससी 2027 का लक्ष्य जितना बड़ा है उसे पाने की योजना भी उतनी ही स्पष्ट और संगठित होनी चाहिए। विजन आईएएस लेकर आया है क्लासरूम फाउंडेशन कोर्स 2027 के 12 से 14 महीनों का एक ऐसा सुव्यवस्थित कार्यक्रम है जहां आपकी तैयारी एक अनुशासित और वैज्ञानिक ढांचे में आगे बढ़ती है। यहाँ क्लासरूम लर्निंग के साथ साथ आपको मिलता है लाइव और रिकॉर्डेड सेशंस का विकल्प, जिसे आप अपने व्यक्तिगत ऑनलाइन पोर्टल के माध्यम से कभी भी और कहीं भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं। तैयारी के सफर को और भी प्रभावी बनाती है हमारी व्यक्तिगत क्लासरूम मेंटरिंग। हमारे एक्सपर्ट मेंटर्स नियमित मार्गदर्शन और स्मार्ट स्टडी मैनेजमेंट के जरिए आपकी तैयारी को एक सही दिशा और गति प्रदान करते हैं। शैक्षणिक दृष्टिकोण से देखें तो यह कोर्स मुख्य परीक्षा के सामान्य अध्ययन के चारों प्रश्न पत्रों, सीसेट और निबंध का व्यापक कवरेज सुनिश्चित करता है। विषयों की समसामयिक समझ विकसित करने के लिए मासिक करंट अफेयर्स मैगजीन और रिवीजन क्लासेस के साथ साथ PT 365 और मेंस 365 की विशेष कक्षाएं भी इस कार्यक्रम का अनिवार्य हिस्सा हैं, ताकि स्टैटिक और करंट अफेयर्स के बीच एक सटीक संतुलन बना रहे। तैयारी की गहराई मापने के लिए निरंतर अभ्यास अनिवार्य है, इसलिए डेली असाइनमेंट्स और साप्ताहिक मिनी टेस्ट के साथ साथ मासिक प्रीलिम्स और मेंस टेस्ट के माध्यम से आपकी प्रगति का निरंतर आकलन किया जाता है। इस कार्यक्रम की शक्ति है हमारी प्रतिष्ठित ऑल इंडिया टेस्ट सीरीज, जिसमें प्रीलिम्स के 35, मेंस के 30, सीसेट के 25 और निबंध के 5 टेस्ट का समावेश है। साथ ही संधान पोर्टल पर 25,000 से अधिक प्रश्नों का विशाल संग्रह आपके अभ्यास और विश्लेषण को और भी सुदृढ़ बनाता है। अब समय है अपनी मेहनत को एक मजबूत, संरचित और निरंतर प्रक्रिया में ढालने का। विजन आईएएस के साथ जुड़े और यूपीएससी 2027 की अपनी सफलता की राह को एक स्पष्ट दिशा दें।
UPSC Prelims is not the destination, it's the first crucial step, and clearing this step requires more than hard work. It demands the right strategy. Vision IAS All India GS Prelims Test Series 2027 with Sandhan is designed to give you that edge from the very beginning. With 35 structured tests, build your journey from fundamentals to full-length tests, ensuring clear, step-by-step progression. With Sandhan, personalized practice, you get more than 25,000 questions targeting your weak areas. Every test becomes a step toward measurable improvement. With smart analysis plus mentoring gain, get precise insights into your mistakes and refine your strategy with expert guidance. With big revision material, QRM, focus on revising what truly matters exactly when you need it the most. Starting from 19th April, ensure you don't just attempt Prelims 2027, you prepare to clear it. To register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. All India GS Mains Test Series and Mentoring Program 2027. Not just a test series, a system designed to improve how you write. For Mains 2027, what matters is not how much you know, but how effectively you present it on paper. And that's exactly what this program builds. Write regularly, get evaluated with precision, understand your mistakes, improve with clear mentorship. So with every test, your answers become more structured, more relevant, more impactful. This is where preparation turns into performance. Start early, improve consistently. Be ready for Mains 2027. To know more, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. Are you ready to face prelims head-on? Because prelims is not just about knowledge, it's about performance under pressure. That's where Abhyaas, the All India Prelims, GS plus CSAT mock test comes in. Designed as a true exam simulation, Abhyaas recreates the real UPSC. Prelims experience the same pattern, the same time constraints, and the same intensity. It places you in a national arena, competing with aspirants across India, backed by an all-India ranking that reveals your true standing. Attempted by 1 in 3 top 50 rankers, Abhyaas has become a trusted benchmark for serious aspirants. With detailed post-test analysis, live discussions, and complete syllabus coverage in both English and Hindi, it ensures your preparation is not just extensive, but exam-ready. 3 full-length offline simulations will be conducted across 100+ cities on 5th April, 19th April, and 10th May. From 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. for General Studies, that is Paper 1, and 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. for CSAT, that's Paper 2. Challenge your preparation, test your performance. For more information or register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. Every UPSC result proves one thing quietly. Success does not begin at the final stage. It begins much earlier, with the kind of foundation a student builds. The UPSC CSE 2025 result makes that visible again. 10 candidates in the top 100 prepared through the Vision IAS GS Foundation Classroom course, including AIR 5 Nishan Bhatnagar. That kind of result is not built on motivation alone. It is built on the right sequence, the right guidance, and the right correction. This is what the Vision IAS Delhi GS Foundation course is designed for. Concept-first classroom learning, so preparation is not scattered. Early answer writing and testing, so improvement starts on time. PT 365 and Mains 365, so current affairs become usable in the exam. And mentorship that keeps preparation aligned, focused, and accountable. Because in UPSC, hard work is common. Structured preparation is what creates separation. If you are targeting UPSC 2027, start by building your base the right way. Vision IAS Delhi GS Foundation course. Upcoming classroom batches at Karol Bagh, 24th March at 5 p.m., 30th March at 8 a.m., and 7th April at 11 a.m. At GTP Nagar, 17th March at 8 a.m. and 25th March at 6 p.m. Register at our website or call us on the given numbers.
यूपीएससी 2027 का लक्ष्य जितना बड़ा है उसे पाने की योजना भी उतनी ही स्पष्ट और संगठित होनी चाहिए। विजन आईएएस लेकर आया है क्लासरूम फाउंडेशन कोर्स 2027 के 12 से 14 महीनों का एक ऐसा सुव्यवस्थित कार्यक्रम है जहां आपकी तैयारी एक अनुशासित और वैज्ञानिक ढांचे में आगे बढ़ती है। यहाँ क्लासरूम लर्निंग के साथ साथ आपको मिलता है लाइव और रिकॉर्डेड सेशंस का विकल्प, जिसे आप अपने व्यक्तिगत ऑनलाइन पोर्टल के माध्यम से कभी भी और कहीं भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं। तैयारी के सफर को और भी प्रभावी बनाती है हमारी व्यक्तिगत क्लासरूम मेंटरिंग। हमारे एक्सपर्ट मेंटर्स नियमित मार्गदर्शन और स्मार्ट स्टडी मैनेजमेंट के जरिए आपकी तैयारी को एक सही दिशा और गति प्रदान करते हैं। शैक्षणिक दृष्टिकोण से देखें तो यह कोर्स मुख्य परीक्षा के सामान्य अध्ययन के चारों प्रश्न पत्रों, सीसेट और निबंध का व्यापक कवरेज सुनिश्चित करता है। विषयों की समसामयिक समझ विकसित करने के लिए मासिक करंट अफेयर्स मैगजीन और रिवीजन क्लासेस के साथ साथ PT 365 और मेंस 365 की विशेष कक्षाएं भी इस कार्यक्रम का अनिवार्य हिस्सा हैं, ताकि स्टैटिक और करंट अफेयर्स के बीच एक सटीक संतुलन बना रहे। तैयारी की गहराई मापने के लिए निरंतर अभ्यास अनिवार्य है, इसलिए डेली असाइनमेंट्स और साप्ताहिक मिनी टेस्ट के साथ साथ मासिक प्रीलिम्स और मेंस टेस्ट के माध्यम से आपकी प्रगति का निरंतर आकलन किया जाता है। इस कार्यक्रम की शक्ति है हमारी प्रतिष्ठित ऑल इंडिया टेस्ट सीरीज, जिसमें प्रीलिम्स के 35, मेंस के 30, सीसेट के 25 और निबंध के 5 टेस्ट का समावेश है। साथ ही संधान पोर्टल पर 25,000 से अधिक प्रश्नों का विशाल संग्रह आपके अभ्यास और विश्लेषण को और भी सुदृढ़ बनाता है। अब समय है अपनी मेहनत को एक मजबूत, संरचित और निरंतर प्रक्रिया में ढालने का। विजन आईएएस के साथ जुड़े और यूपीएससी 2027 की अपनी सफलता की राह को एक स्पष्ट दिशा दें।
UPSC Prelims is not the destination, it's the first crucial step, and clearing this step requires more than hard work. It demands the right strategy. Vision IAS All India GS Prelims Test Series 2027 with Sandhan is designed to give you that edge from the very beginning. With 35 structured tests, build your journey from fundamentals to full-length tests, ensuring clear, step-by-step progression. With Sandhan, personalized practice, you get more than 25,000 questions targeting your weak areas. Every test becomes a step toward measurable improvement. With smart analysis plus mentoring gain, get precise insights into your mistakes and refine your strategy with expert guidance. With quick revision material, QRM, focus on revising what truly matters exactly when you need it the most. Starting from 19th April, ensure you don't just attempt Prelims 2027, you prepare to clear it. To register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. All India GS Mains Test Series and Mentoring Program 2027, not just a test series, a system designed to improve how you write. For Mains 2027, what matters is not how much you know, but how effectively you present it on paper. And that's exactly what this program builds. Write regularly, get evaluated with precision, understand your mistakes, improve with clear mentorship. So with every test, your answers become more structured, more relevant, more impactful. This is where preparation turns into performance. Start early, improve consistently. Be ready for Mains 2027. To know more, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. Are you ready to face Prelims head-on? Because Prelims is not just about knowledge, it's about performance under pressure. That's where Abhyaas, the All India Prelims, GS plus CSAT mock test comes in. Designed as a true exam simulation, Abhyaas recreates the real UPSC. Prelims experience the same pattern, the same time constraints, and the same intensity. It places you in a national arena, competing with aspirants across India, backed by an all-India ranking that reveals your true standing. Attempted by 1 in 3 top 50 rankers, Abhyaas has become a trusted benchmark for serious aspirants. With detailed post-test analysis, live discussions, and complete syllabus coverage in both English and Hindi, it ensures your preparation is not just extensive, but exam-ready. 3 full-length offline simulations will be conducted across 100+ cities on 5th April, 19th April, and 10th May. From 9:30 am to 11:30 am for General Studies, that is Paper 1, and 2:30 pm to 4:30 pm for CSAT, that's Paper 2. Challenge your preparation, test your performance. For more information or register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. Every UPSC result proves one thing quietly. Success does not begin at the final stage. It begins much earlier, with the kind of foundation a student builds. The UPSC CSE 2025 result makes that visible again. 10 candidates in the top 100 prepared through the Vision IAS GS Foundation Classroom course, including AIR 5, Nishan Bhatnagar. That kind of result is not built on motivation alone. It is built on the right sequence, the right guidance, and the right correction. This is what the Vision IAS Delhi GS Foundation course is designed for. Concept-first classroom learning, so preparation is not scattered. Early answer writing and testing, so improvement starts on time. PT 365 and Mains 365, so current affairs become usable in the exam. And mentorship that keeps preparation aligned, focused, and accountable. Because in UPSC, hard work is common. Structured preparation is what creates separation. If you are targeting UPSC 2027, start by building your base the right way. Vision IAS Delhi GS Foundation course. Upcoming classroom batches at Karol Bagh, 24th March at 5 pm, 30th March at 8 am, and 7th April at 11 am. At GTB Nagar, 17th March at 8 am and 25th March at 6 pm. Register at our website or call us on the given numbers.
यूपीएससी 2027 का लक्ष्य जितना बड़ा है उसे पाने की योजना भी उतनी ही स्पष्ट और संगठित होनी चाहिए। विजन आईएएस लेकर आया है क्लासरूम फाउंडेशन कोर्स 2027 के 12 से 14 महीनों का एक ऐसा सुव्यवस्थित कार्यक्रम है जहां आपकी तैयारी एक अनुशासित और वैज्ञानिक ढांचे में आगे बढ़ती है। यहाँ क्लासरूम लर्निंग के साथ साथ आपको मिलता है लाइव और रिकॉर्डेड सेशंस का विकल्प, जिसे आप अपने व्यक्तिगत ऑनलाइन पोर्टल के माध्यम से कभी भी और कहीं भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं। तैयारी के सफर को और भी प्रभावी बनाती है हमारी व्यक्तिगत क्लासरूम मेंटरिंग। हमारे एक्सपर्ट मेंटर्स नियमित मार्गदर्शन और स्मार्ट स्टडी मैनेजमेंट के जरिए आपकी तैयारी को एक सही दिशा और गति प्रदान करते हैं। शैक्षणिक दृष्टिकोण से देखें तो यह कोर्स मुख्य परीक्षा के सामान्य अध्ययन के चारों प्रश्न पत्रों, सीसैट और निबंध का व्यापक कवरेज सुनिश्चित करता है। विषयों की समसामयिक समझ विकसित करने के लिए मासिक करंट अफेयर्स मैगजीन और रिवीजन क्लासेस के साथ साथ पीटी 365 और मेंस 365 की विशेष कक्षाएं भी इस कार्यक्रम का अनिवार्य हिस्सा हैं, ताकि स्टैटिक और करंट अफेयर्स के बीच एक सटीक संतुलन बना रहे। तैयारी की गहराई मापने के लिए निरंतर अभ्यास अनिवार्य है, इसलिए डेली असाइनमेंट्स और साप्ताहिक मिनी टेस्ट के साथ साथ मासिक प्रीलिम्स और मेंस टेस्ट के माध्यम से आपकी प्रगति का निरंतर आकलन किया जाता है। इस कार्यक्रम की शक्ति है हमारी प्रतिष्ठित ऑल इंडिया टेस्ट सीरीज, जिसमें प्रीलिम्स के 35, मेंस के 30, सीसैट के 25 और निबंध के 5 टेस्ट का समावेश है। साथ ही संधान पोर्टल पर 25,000 से अधिक प्रश्नों का विशाल संग्रह आपके अभ्यास और विश्लेषण को और भी सुदृढ़ बनाता है। अब समय है अपनी मेहनत को एक मजबूत, संरचित और निरंतर प्रक्रिया में ढालने का। विजन आईएएस के साथ जुड़े और यूपीएससी 2027 की अपनी सफलता की राह को एक स्पष्ट दिशा दें।
UPSC Prelims is not the destination, it's the first crucial step, and clearing this step requires more than hard work. It demands the right strategy. Vision IAS All India GS Prelims Test Series 2027 with Sandhan is designed to give you that edge from the very beginning. With 35 structured tests, build your journey from fundamentals to full-length tests, ensuring clear, step-by-step progression. With Sandhan, personalized practice, you get more than 25,000 questions targeting your weak areas. Every test becomes a step toward measurable improvement. With smart analysis plus mentoring gain, get precise insights into your mistakes and refine your strategy with expert guidance. With quick revision material, QRM, focus on revising what truly matters exactly when you need it the most. Starting from 19th April, ensure you don't just attempt Prelims 2027, you prepare to clear it. To register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. All India GS Mains Test Series and Mentoring Program 2027, not just a test series, a system designed to improve how you write. For Mains 2027, what matters is not how much you know, but how effectively you present it on paper. And that's exactly what this program builds. Write regularly, get evaluated with precision, understand your mistakes, improve with clear mentorship. So with every test, your answers become more structured, more relevant, more impactful. This is where preparation turns into performance. Start early, improve consistently. Be ready for Mains 2027. To know more, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. Are you ready to face prelims head-on? Because prelims is not just about knowledge, it's about performance under pressure. That's where Abhyaas, the All India Prelims GS plus CSAT mock test comes in. Designed as a true exam simulation, Abhyaas recreates the real UPSC. Prelims experience the same pattern, the same time constraints and the same intensity. It places you in a national arena, competing with aspirants across India, backed by an all-India ranking that reveals your true standing. Attempted by 1 in 3 top 50 rankers, Abhyaas has become a trusted benchmark for serious aspirants. With detailed post-test analysis, live discussions and complete syllabus coverage in both English and Hindi, it ensures your preparation is not just extensive but exam-ready. 3 full-length offline simulations will be conducted across 100+ cities on 5th April, 19th April and 10th May. From 9:30 am to 11:30 am for General Studies, that is paper 1, and 2:30 pm to 4:30 pm for CSAT, that's paper 2. Challenge your preparation, test your performance. For more information or register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers.
Okay, good morning. So let's start today with part 2. Okay, let's start. So yesterday we discussed Asia, right? We completed Middle East, West Asia, and Africa. We did complete Africa yesterday. Okay. Today we are going to start with the some of the things that are in news related to these continents, where all our Prime Minister has visited, what are the different places in news due to natural disasters like volcanoes and earthquakes, etc. We'll also be covering the continents of North America, South America, and a little bit of Caribbean islands. Okay, and then we'll see some of the important passages and economic trade routes which concern India as well as some of the important ones in the world. Okay, so let's start. So you already know about Saudi Arabia. Yesterday we did the location. So Prime Minister, we are right now seeing all the countries where the Prime Minister has visited. And you can see Saudi Arabia is an absolute monarchy. The two important Islamic cities of Mecca and Medina are located here. Just see, this is located here and here. Okay, you should know the location. It's on the west side. And this is Saudi Arabia. It has the unique distinction of being the largest country in the world which has no river. Okay, so this is also an important point. And the climate is obviously harsh and dry. Next, the Prime Minister also visited Namibia. So we have discussed Namibia yesterday. Here is the Namib Desert, coast of skeleton, remember. And just right inside it is the Kalahari Desert. Okay, this is also where you have the Okavango river basin. This is the Okavango basin. So this was also asked by UPSC in one of the options. You can see the bordering water body next to Namibia is Atlantic Ocean and the capital is Windhoek. Now, interesting thing is that there is a certain sand dunes which is known as Suswelsey sand dunes, which are basically located here, and which have, if you look at these sand dunes, they are just located next to the coast, but they are one of the largest sand dunes in the world. Okay, so this distinction also goes to Namibia. Clear? Also, one thing that one of the richest marine diamond deposits are found in Namibia. Okay, Namibia is also famous for marine diamond, not total diamond, complete diamond, but marine deposits of diamonds. Okay, there is a region or there is a geographical feature here in South Africa which is known as the Great Escarpment. All right, the Great Escarpment is basically, these are these are plains separated by a plateau. So you have a high range plateau, and just next to the plateau is a plain area. So this is a U-shaped, you can say, plateau, and then just next to it is the plain area. So there is a sudden height that you see in this place. This is known as the Great Escarpment. The tallest, or in fact you can say the highest peak there is the Drakensberg's mountain range. Okay, this is the Great Escarpment. So the Great Escarpment basically starts right from Angola. This is almost 3,000 kilometers long. It goes from Angola through Namibia up till South Africa, Lesotho, Eswatini, and Mozambique. Okay, this is like a high elevated plateau in the shape of a horseshoe. Escarpment. E-S-C-A-R-P-M-E-N-T. Great Escarpment. Okay, and the highest point here is the Drakensberg mountain range. Drakensberg mountain range. Important rivers in this area is the Okavango, Zambezi, Orange River, and Quaint River. Okay. So we are currently discussing the visits where all Prime Minister has visited in the last 1.5 to 2 years. Okay. Okay. मैं बाद में लगा लूँगी. All right. Now the Prime Minister also visited Ghana. Ghana, as we know, lies in the west coast of Africa, right? Which was this bite? This bite we discussed yesterday. We discussed this yesterday. Okay, you check which bite is this. All right, this bite, we discussed this yesterday. Na? There are two bites, one here and one here. All right, check which bite is this. Okay, Ghana is also known as the Gold Coast. It was known as the Gold Coast before its independence in 1957. And the major rivers that flow here is the Volta and the Black Volta River. Okay, Lake Volta, in fact, is the world's largest artificial man-made reservoir or artificial lake by surface area, Lake Volta in Ghana. Okay, the prime meridian, the Greenwich prime meridian actually passes through Ghana. Okay, and you have to also now find out where exactly does the Greenwich prime meridian and the equator, where do they intersect? Intersect. Equator passes somewhere through this point and prime meridian passes through this point. So they intersect somewhere here, but you have to tell me the exact location. Where do they intersect? Okay. And yes, Ghana is a rich source for cocoa as well as gold. Cocoa as well as gold. All right. Okay, next, the Prime Minister also visited Latin American countries and as well as South American countries. So he visited Argentina, Brazil, and Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, Trinidad and Tobago, in fact, lies here geographically. It is just above South America, but culturally, and you know, we consider it a part of North America, though geographically it is just right above South America. We'll see it in detail for now, but why he visited Trinidad, Tobago, Argentina? Because he wanted to he had to participate in the BRICS summit, which took place in Rio de Janeiro, 17th BRICS summit. Okay, and South America is the Brazil in South America is the 5th largest nation in the world, being the largest in South America. Area-wise, Brazil is the 5th largest country in the world and largest in America. Okay, South America map is also pretty doable. Just to tell you that here there are two countries, only two landlocked countries in South America. One is Bolivia and one is Paraguay. BP. Okay, just remember it like that. BP, Bolivia and Paraguay are the only two landlocked countries in South America. Here you have A, B and C, which is Argentina, Brazil and Chile. Argentina, Brazil and Chile. If you want to remember it coast-wise, you can remember it like this. This is Peru and Chile, so remember PC here, PC. Okay, and here is BUA. BUA, PC and BUA. So BUA is Brazil, Uruguay and Argentina. So on the west coast you have PC, on the right coast you have BUA, and in between BP, that's like a high tension BP. So remember that it is surrounded by all countries, it's landlocked. Okay. Then here you have Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, that is ECV, and Guyana and Suriname. All right, so these are the important countries, or rather the countries in South America. All right, you can already see equator and Tropic of Capricorn passes through Brazil. All right, and obviously this is the major river system of Amazon River, and the Amazon rainforest is here in Brazil. All right, clear? The capital of Brazil is Brasilia. This is Trinidad and Tobago. look, it's just right above Venezuela. It's a very small island, Trinidad and Tobago. Do we have a... No, this is for Haiti. Anyway, this is Trinidad and Tobago, and the capital of Trinidad and Tobago is Port of Spain. The name is misleading, right? Port of Spain, the capital of Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago people have lot of people from Indian origin, okay, Indian descent. That's because during the British colonial period, there were a lot of slaves that were taken from here to these places. All right, so that is why a lot of Indian origin, Indian descent people are there in Trinidad and Tobago. So India's customarily almost had good relations with Trinidad and Tobago. All right. So right above Trinidad and Tobago, here in the Caribbean Sea, you have the Dominican Republic and Haiti, the island of Haiti. Haiti is very much in news because of lot of issues, especially the civil unrest that is going on. Almost 1,600 people have died in the last few years because of these civil unrest. Okay, so this is Haiti. So you can see this particular island, this half of it, that is the western half of it is Haiti. Okay, and then on the right half is the Dominican Republic. The capital of Haiti is Port-au-Prince. Port-au-Prince. Okay, if we look at the Latin America is countries. So in North America there is Canada, below Canada you have USA, and below USA you have Mexico. Mexico plus these countries together make up the Latin America. They together make up the Latin America. So Mexico is still here, so you can always remember this. This is Mexico. Okay, this is Mexico. And here, the country that this small isthmus, right? Isthmus is what? Is a small landmass which connects two larger landmasses. So Colombia. Colombia is the country to which it connects, and this country here which connects the two is Panama, where you have the Panama Canal. All right. Right above Panama is Costa Rica. Right above Costa Rica is Nicaragua. Nicaragua के ऊपर है Honduras and El Salvador. All right, Honduras and El Salvador. Okay, so if you look at this Latin American region, and just above this is Guatemala. All right, Guatemala. Now, how do you remember this? There is a little silly mnemonic that I always use for this. All right. So you are in Colombia. Okay. So you say Panama के coast पे आए. You are in Panama. Panama के coast पे आए. Nikah हुई. Nikah is what? Wedding, right? Muslim wedding. So nikah हुई. Why I am saying हुई is so that you remember Honduras and El Salvador. H-U-E. हुई. Okay. Panama के coast पे आए. Nikah हुई and Guatemala. That's all. All right. So now you can remember the countries which are here in Latin America. Colombia, go up, there is Costa Rica, Panama. So Panama के coast पे आए, निकाह हुई. हुई is Honduras and El Salvador and Guatemala. All right, these are the Latin American countries. And then of course you have here, you have Cuba, right, which has some strained relationships, had earlier, thoda sa bhi better ho gaya, with United States, right? Then Jamaica, then you have Haiti, Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico, which is again a territory of USA. All right, clear? This is the Caribbean countries, the Caribbean islands. Now, just right, we were here next to Ecuador. Where is Ecuador? So we had Peru and Chile on the left, Chile, Peru and Chile, that is PC. Just above Peru is Ecuador. Off the coast of Ecuador is a very important island which is known as Galapagos Islands. okay, which is related to Darwin, right, and his theory of natural selection. So this is Galapagos Islands. This is Ecuador. The capital of Ecuador is Quito, and this is Galapagos Islands. Galapagos Islands, one of the main islands is Santa Cruz and Santiago. But you can just remember Galapagos Island is a territory of Ecuador, and it is off the coast of Ecuador. And it lies in the Pacific Ocean, not in the Atlantic Ocean. Right? Galapagos Islands lie in the Pacific Ocean. And of course, it is a World Heritage Site. It is a World Heritage Site. Okay, right down, when you go down south in South America, here down south, there is a small passage which links South America to Antarctica, right? What you have here is Antarctica. This small passage is known as Drake Passage. This is the Drake Passage. All right, this is the Drake Passage which connects, or you can say it also connects the Pacific Ocean to the Southern Ocean, right? And opens up later into the Atlantic Ocean. Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic Ocean, right? This Drake Passage. Okay. And right at the tip of this South America, there is a small series of islands here. This is known as the South Shetland Islands. All right, South Shetland Islands. And there is also one small territory of islands here, which is known as the Falkland Islands. Falkland Islands, which is in fact a British territory. You've had the war also. So British has fought a war for the Falkland Islands. Okay, done? All right. So let's see some of the important, what is the kind of relationships that India has with South American countries. So we have India's most important trading partner in South America is Brazil. We cooperate, BRICS is one of the major forums on which we cooperate with them. So there is import of edible oil, edible oils, green hydrogen, space, agriculture, defense, other technologies. Next is Argentina. Argentina and Bolivia. This is Argentina, Bolivia and Chile. These three countries make up the lithium triangle. Right? Lithium triangle, which is in fact one of these countries has one of the majority reserves of lithium, which is found in the salt brine waters. Brine waters or salt waters is basically underground salt waters where lots of lithium deposits are found, right? So a lot of extraction of this salt water is being done, and then this water is dried up to obtain lithium out of it. And because of which in many places in this part of the world, there is land subsidence that is taking place because of excess salt water extraction underground. Okay. So anyway, this is the lithium triangle. So India is also trying to partner with these countries, Argentina, Chile and Bolivia for lithium. Clear? There is also the regional grouping here, which is Mercosur. Mercosur, which has members of Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay and Uruguay. This, okay, these countries, Mercosur. And India has a preferential trade agreement with Mercosur. India has a preferential trade agreement with Mercosur. Okay. Chile also, again Chile is for lithium reserves. The famous Atacama Desert is located here in Chile. Atacama Desert, okay. Peru also, in Peru here, this is Peru, here also at the western coast, Peru, we are also cooperating with Peru when it comes to minerals such as copper, gold and phosphates, alright. Then Venezuela very important. India has very high, so ONGC Videsh investments have been made in Venezuela, right? So our companies, oil companies, Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world. All right, this is a country which has the largest oil reserves. In fact, the belt which is in Venezuela, which has high amount of oil reserves, is known as Orinoco oil belt. Orinoco oil belt. Okay. So these are the major relations that we have with South America. Now let's see some of the countries or regions in South America which are in news due to conflicts. Okay, regions in news due to conflicts. Okay, write down first. Essequibo region. Essequibo region. One second. ESSEQUIBO. ESSE. Yeah, here it is. Just wanted to show you the region. This is the Essequibo region. Okay, this is right at the border, or you can say between Venezuela and Guinea. Okay, Venezuela and Guinea. This is the Essequibo region. The main dispute here, territorial dispute, is between Venezuela and Guinea for offshore oil fields. For offshore oil fields. All right. Next, another region which is famous in news, this is the Caracas region. Caracas region, this is also a point of political unrest between US and Venezuela. All right, Caracas region, US and Venezuela. Okay, next is Mapuche region. Mapuche region, this is where is Mapuche? Here, Mapuche of Chile and Argentina. Mapuche of Chile and Argentina. This is also famous, this is also in news because of indigenous conflicts, okay, people, land rights and other attacks. Mapuche, this is also one famous issue that is going on. Okay, then write down Catatumbo region. CATA, Catatumbo, CATA, TUMBO, Catatumbo region. This is again for narcotics trafficking and guerrilla activities, etc. Okay, this is also for those reasons. Next is this Guayaquil city in Ecuador. Guayaquil city in Ecuador, this is also currently in news due to gang wars and narcotics hub. This is also therefore frequently seen in news. Okay. Gang wars, narcotics, these are major issues in South America and Latin American countries. Okay. And then there is the triple frontier. What is the triple frontier? Triple frontier is a tri-border where Argentina, Paraguay and Brazil meet. Okay. Argentina, Paraguay and Brazil, where they meet. This is known as the triple frontier. This could very well be a question. Triple frontier. This is also famous as an organized crime zone and smuggling, etc. Okay, triple frontier. All right, we wrote about Catatumbia. This, just wanted to show you. This is basically a river which flows into Lake Maracaibo. Lake Maracaibo is in Venezuela. All right, this is famous for a series of, you know, a geophysical phenomena which is called Catatumbo lightning. Okay, why? Because there is because in this Lake Maracaibo there is very fast convection currents which are developed and quick thunderstorms are created, and because of this lightning happens between the atmosphere and the lake. So it looks like this. All right, so just write down about this. Catatumbo lightning. All right, this is the world's highest and most concentrated area of lightning in the world. Most concentrated lightning in the world. Almost out of 365 days, 150 days plus lightning happens here. All right, with almost every 16 to 40 flashes every minute. It's that high frequency. Okay, Catatumbo lightning. Okay, so remember Lake Maracaibo is in Venezuela. And the river name is also Catatumbo. The river that flows into this is Catatumbo. Okay, fine. So we are currently, we've just discussed South America, and we've also discussed the places where the Prime Minister has visited. We're still seeing that. So South American countries, South American relations we have seen. Other places where the Prime Minister visited is Japan, right? So the capital of Japan is Tokyo, and there are 4 islands in Japan: Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku and Kyushu. This small island here is Hokkaido. This larger stretches Honshu, then this Shikoku and Kyushu. These are the 4 main islands of Japan. All right, Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, Kyushu. All right, these are the 4 main islands of Japan. I'll just Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku and Kyushu. Okay, so Japan is also in a few disputed territorial conflicts with a few countries. The first one and most important being the Kuril Islands. The Kuril Islands, all right. Kuril Islands, Japan has claimed the southernmost islands of the Kuril chain, and currently these are under control by Russia. Okay, so one is Kuril Islands. Then is the Senkaku Islands. Senkaku Islands. this here. These are the Shinkaku Islands. You just see they are very close to China. एक तो जापान का geography देख लो. There is the North Korea, South Korea, Russia. North Korea and South Korea separate Japan from with the Sea of Japan. All right, and just below the North Korea and South Korea, here you have the Yellow Sea. Below the Yellow Sea, you have East China Sea, and below East China Sea, we have the South China Sea. Correct? So Japan made this far away from here. Here you have Senkaku Islands, which are claimed by Japan, which are called as same islands. They are called as Diao Islands by China. Okay, so just write down these names because UPSC can ask you in either way. All right, Senkaku Islands and Diao Islands by China, and Diao, D-I-A. This is how Taiwan claims them. All right, U-Tai. Last में अगर Thai आ रहा है तो you know this is by Taiwan. All right, very similar name. And frequent standoffs keep taking place here. Correct. The boundary, this is the boundary which is claimed by Japan, and this is the boundary which is claimed by China. China, for example, had earlier given an 11 dash line, if you know of it, 11 dash line, which included the Tonkin Islands. Later on, China changed its stance to 9 dash lines and has left the idea of those islands. Okay, so anyway, that is the 11 dash, that is a separate issue altogether of South China Sea. That is related to South China Sea, so we'll deal with that later. For now, Sea of Japan, Yellow Sea and East China Sea. Okay, and the third disputed territory for Japan is the Liangcourt Rocks. Liangcourt Rocks, or you can sometimes, this is actually contested between South Korea, this is South Korea here, and Japan. All right, Liangcourt Rocks. Then the Prime Minister also visited Maldives, Malay. This we have seen yesterday. We have discussed this. And so these are some of the places that Prime Minister has visited in the last 2 years. Okay, so you can just go through the infographic. It's quite an itinerary if you think of it. So visited 34 countries, almost 50 plus places in the last 2 years. All right, so just take a look at the different countries. Wherever you feel you need to see more, just go through that portion. All right, I've just drafted a list so that you can refer to the list at where all Prime Minister has visited in the last. So 26 he has already visited Israel, Malaysia. This becomes more important for this year's prelims. Israel, Malaysia. He went to Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. We've already discussed these places. Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. Jordan, he went to Amman and Petra. All right. Then Addis Ababa, which is the capital of Ethiopia, Oman, Muscat, South Africa, Johannesburg, and Bhutan, Thimphu. All right, these are the places which the Prime Minister has recently visited. So yesterday I had asked you this question, right? To arrange this, what is the answer? Chagos, Seychelles, Maldives, Mauritius. Look into your atlas and revise. So we know Maldives is just near India. Okay. तो 2 ऑप्शन तो वहीं एलिमिनेट हो गए. Then, which is above, Seychelles or Mauritius? No, it's actually A. Okay, it's Chagos पहले है. All right. Correct answer is A. All right. Chagos is just south of Maldives. Okay. South of Maldives. So you have Maldives, right? Seychelles. Where is Chagos? Where is the location of Chagos? We saw it yesterday. Do we have that map today? We don't have that map today. But anyway, एक बारी once you just revise the location of Chagos, okay? Seychelles and then Mauritius. Okay, one more island in this belt which is in news, which is the Bitra Island. The Bitra Island is important because for Lakshadweep, it is the smallest inhabited island in the territory of Lakshadweep, which has an area of 0.1 square kilometers. It is near Agati Island, okay? And this is India's, of course, Lakshadweep is India's smallest union territory, and it is a coral islands, right? It has 36 coral islands. So Lakshadweep administration is basically considering the acquisition of Bitra Island for defense purposes. Clear? Bitra Island. No, no. No, है तो वही, but it is administratively there are lots of small islands which are either not, you know, considered as a part of the administration, or administration is not directly involved. So for such cases, it is that we are trying to acquire it as in for to make it a defense base that way. Because there are these very, very small, you see the area, na, it is 0.1 square kilometer, that is hardly anything. 100 square meter is like what? Nothing. So it's just like a peck in the sea. So that is why they are usually left uninhabited, or they are left abandoned like that, right? Okay, the Prime Minister also visited Cyprus. We saw Cyprus yesterday is in the Mediterranean Sea. This is Turkey. We know this area already. Israel, Lebanon, Syria, okay, and then you have Jordan. So Cyprus is here. And why? Because after 23 years, and it signed a joint declaration on implementation of the comprehensive partnership. We want to have a comprehensive partnership. And it is an island in the Mediterranean Sea, which is very much a member of the European Union. All right. Cyprus got its independence from British in 1960, but Cyprus has been divided into two parts. One is the northern Cyprus, which is Turkey-backed, and the other southern one is the Republic of Cyprus. So this is known as the Cyprus question or the Cyprus problem. All right. And India supports a bi-zonal communal federation based on UN resolutions. All right. So we just need to know where is the location of Cyprus and what are the countries: Turkey, Syria, and Lebanon, which are near it. All right. It is the third largest island in the Mediterranean Sea after Sicily and Sardinia. No, this Cyprus itself. Okay. Then Tokara Islands of Japan. Tokara Islands was also in news because of frequent swarm earthquakes. And this is also one of the, Japan we all know is one of the most seismically active zones because of the Pacific Ring of Fire. So just need to know that Tokara Islands, and this is even south of Kyushu. All right. Toshima is the Japan's longest village, which is located here. Okay. Okay, so we have seen all the places in news, the ones which were important. Let's come to important trade routes. Important trade routes related to whatever we are reading in the map. Most important currently we are talking about Greenland, because USA has had its own sense of adventurism with Greenland. So let's take a look. We are talking about a route which will connect all the countries in the Arctic Circle. All right, so what we are basically talking about is two passages here. Just understand this very carefully. First passage is the Northwestern Passage, all right, Northwest Passage, which basically tries to connect, just remember it like that, that the Northwest Passage goes above the USA and Canada or North America, okay, and the Northeast Sea Route goes above Asia and Russia, Europe, all right. This Northwest is above the North America and Northeast is above this. Currently, what is the route if you want to go, let's say from London or UK, if you want to go to San Francisco, you have to first traverse the entire Atlantic Ocean, you have to cross the Panama Canal and then go up to the west coast of America. But what we are now trying to do is, because of this rapid ice melting of due to global warming, there is a northwest passage which is most likely to get opened, okay, because of the melting of ice. So we are trying to see what is this northwest passage. Similarly, if you see here, currently if you want to go from Japan to, let's say, Rotterdam, you have to go all the way from Japan to cross the entire Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Red Sea, via the Suez Canal, and then you have to go to Rotterdam. Whereas if the again due to melting of ice, if this route opens, that is the North Sea route, you can directly go from there to here, saving a lot of time and effort. All right. So let's look at what is the passage like. All right. This is the Arctic Circle, which is at 66.5 degree north. All right. So what are the different countries that lie in the Arctic Circle? This is important. The Arctic Circle, the countries are, of course, you have here Russia, Siberia is a subset, Russia. Then you have Finland, Sweden, Norway. All right. So the Nordic countries. All right. A tip of Iceland also touches the Arctic Circle. All right, so this is important. Tip of Iceland also touches the Arctic Circle, which is directly through the Grimsey Island. So a very small portion of Iceland, okay, through the Grimsey Island, which is located 40 kilometers off the proper Iceland's northern coast. So you cannot say that Iceland se nahi pass hota hai, it does. This is the Grimsey Island. All right, and then of course you have Greenland, Canada, and the Alaskan territory of USA. All right, so USA also has a stake in Arctic Circle or a territory in Arctic Circle directly. So this is what the Arctic Circle is located. Done? Written? India has an observer status with the Arctic Council. All right. Now let's see what are the different seas, okay, marginal seas which are there in the Arctic Circle. Let's first start from Greenland and then we'll go anti-clockwise. Okay, Greenland, we know Greenland is here. Greenland is actually very small, but it looks bigger in these maps. This is the Norwegian Sea, which is off the coast of Norway, Sweden and Finland. So this is the Norwegian Sea. Right above these Nordic countries or the Scandinavian countries, you have the Barents Sea. Okay, Barents Sea. This is Barents Sea. Barents Sea ke aage jaake, just when there is at the border of Europe and Russia, right? Here you have the Kara Sea. The Kara Sea. Kara Sea is basically named after the river. All right, this is the Kara Sea. And then you have Laptev Sea. Laptev Sea is basically named after two people, Dmitry Laptev and one more person, who were explorers from Russia. Okay, Laptev. So you know that this is right above Russia, Laptev Sea. Clear? Laptev Sea. And then of course you have the East Siberian Sea. All right, so look at this. This is the Laptev Sea, right? This is right above Russia, correct? And this is in the Olenkivsky Bay. All right, anyway, that's, just look at this map, you will be able to remember it better. So here you have the Barents Sea above the Scandinavian Nordic countries. Here you have the Norwegian Sea, Barents Sea, then you have the Kara Sea, correct? This is the Kara Sea. Kara Sea is separated, again this is a Russian territory that you see here, right? This is the Barents Sea. So the Kara Strait basically separates the Kara Sea from the Barents Sea. All right, Kara Strait separates the Barents Sea from the Kara Sea. And after Kara Sea, here you have the Laptev Sea. These are the small marginal seas. Laptev Sea. Laptev, I told you, is named after the people, two people, Dmitry Laptev and one more person. He was also, I think they were brothers if I'm not wrong. Both were Laptevs basically. They were explorers towards the Arctic from Russia. right? So the seas are named after them. Laptev Sea. Okay, and this small stretch of peninsula which is emerging here, this is the Yamal Peninsula. All right. Anyway, for us, only the marginal seas is important for now. So you know Barents Sea, right? Barents. Then you have Kara and Laptev. These are the marginal seas. And Norwegian Sea. All right. This is the, and where is North Sea? Barents Sea to iske upar hai, above the three countries of Norway, Sweden and Finland. To the left you have the North Sea. To the left. So basically between the United Kingdom and these countries, you have the North Sea. Okay. North Sea also UPSC has asked a question once. This is the question. How many of the following countries have a border with North Sea? So Finland, is it there? Germany, yes, correct. Then Norway, yes, and Russia. Okay. So these are the main, you can say, the bordering countries of North Sea. Yeah. All right, so where were we? Correct. And of course, after the North Sea, this is the English Channel, which connects France and England. And then here you have the Atlantic Ocean. Clear? Now, this is regarding the Northeast Passage. We've seen this is the Northeast Passage. And there is one Greenland Sea also, which is next to Greenland, of course. All right. So these are the different important ports that will, especially across Russia, that will be relevant for the Northeastern Passage. Don't remember the ports for now. It's okay. As long as you just, the main thing the UPSC which it might actually ask is just the seas. All right. And this is the Northwest Passage. All right. This is the Northwest Passage, which will connect from Atlantic Ocean to Baffin Bay and then across the Arctic Ocean to the Bering Sea. This is the Bering Sea and the Bering Strait, right? Bering Strait and Bering Sea. Now from here, Russia starts. Okay. So if you think of it, you can actually connect both the Northeast and Northwestern Passage. So you can traverse the entire world right from the Arctic belt itself. All right. So some of the important international corridors that there are there. So for example, you can see for India, because this is in the Indian context. So some of the important ones is first India, Middle East, Europe corridor. All right. I'll have to show you the let's see the important trade routes which concern India. This is the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. This basically connects Mumbai up to, you can say, Greece, right, or Europe. So what are the important ports here? Remember, one is Mumbai. In India, it will be Mumbai, Mundra. Mundra is here. Here in Gujarat, this is where is Mundra, right, near, in fact, Kandla port. This is near Kandla port. Then Fujairah. Fujairah, we have already done Fujairah yesterday. Where is Fujairah? We discussed this yesterday. Yes, yes. Okay. Then Abu Dhabi, we go to Abu Dhabi here. All right, which is then Riyadh, that is Saudi Arabia. and from Riyadh to Haifa. Haifa was famous. Haifa is in Israel, which is, again, I told you, one of the ports which is currently being invested by India, so Adani, right? Then you have the Piraeus, all right, which is in Greece, and then Marseille, or you can just say Greece. So this is the main corridor. These are the main cities that are part of the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. All right. Obviously the logistic costs and the transportation time, etc., will be reduced. Next important, yesterday also we saw, this is the Kaladan multimodal transport. So we have Kolkata to Sitwe to Paletwa, all right, this is through the inland Kaladan river, okay, this is the Kaladan river, and then finally to Aizawl. So basically we are bypassing the Chicken's Neck corridor. We are trying to reach northeast from an alternative route. Okay. Next is China-Pakistan economic corridor. Obviously India has nothing to do with this, but we should just know what is it. It starts with Gwadar, okay, or you can say basically it starts with Kashgar in China, coming right from there to Gilgit-Baltistan, Islamabad, Lahore, Karachi. So connecting all the major cities. Karachi is like an offshoot, so there, and then finally coming to the Gwadar port in Pakistan. All right, so Kashgar to Gwadar is the China-Pakistan economic corridor. All right, so these are the important corridors that connect India. I'm just going to give you a brief. You read more about them. All right, one is the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. There is the INSTC, which UPSC asked last year, that is International North-South Transport Corridor. Again, it connects India via Iran, Caspian Sea, and Russia and Europe. All right, this is the INSTC. Then you have the Ashgabat Agreement Corridor, which is also multimodal, and it again connects India with Iran, with Oman, and Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Kazakhstan, again going into the central India, all right, Central Asia. Kaladan we have already done. There is the Bangladesh Motor Vehicles Agreement, that is between Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, and Nepal, all right. Then you can say the Bay of Bengal Maritime Initiative. This is also dealing with India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and Thailand, okay. So some of these corridors are there, India, Myanmar, Thailand, trilateral highway. This also we have discussed, starting from Moreh in India to Myanmar and Thailand. Okay. Tapi pipeline. Tapi pipeline is also famous. Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. Again, doesn't have much to do with India, but eventually could be connected, right? So here this is the Tapi pipeline. These are the important international corridors in our neighborhood. So ek bari just go through the link. You should just know that which are the countries involved. That's it. Even if you know this much, you will be able to solve a question. Okay. Another important news which is related to multiple countries here is the Great Green Wall project, which is again like a project to stop the desertification of the Sahel region or extent of the Saharan desert, right? Like we have a Great Green Wall project related to Aravallis in India. Similarly, there is a project in Africa. In fact, we've inspired the name from here only. All right. And yesterday we did a Sahel region, just letting you know that from the Sahel region, there is a grouping called ECOWAS. We will discuss that today. From ECOWAS, 3 countries of the Sahel region, that is Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. All these 3 have quit from ECOWAS. We'll do this when we do the regional groupings. All right, clear? Okay. Next, we are seeing that some of the world geographical features that were in news, world geographical features. So again, map plotting is important. So there is the Davis Strait, all right. So scientists have recently discovered a microcontinent below the Greenland's ice, all right. This is called photomicrocontinent, which are relatively thicker continental lithosphere. And this is beneath the Davis Strait, which connects the Labrador Sea with the Baffin Bay. Labrador Sea is on the east coast of Canada, right? So Labrador Sea with the Baffin Bay. Then there is the Arctic biome. Of course, this is also in news because of the melting and there is an increase in the incidence of wildfires. So because of which also global warming is happening. Kamchatka Peninsula we saw yesterday in Russia, right? This extension. So Russia's some earthquakes also took place here, and Kuril Islands, which is a disputed region between Japan and Russia, they were also impacted. Okay. Other locations which were in news related to disasters, you have the Andes Mountains. So shrinking glaciers is one of the major themes for this year in prelims, mark my words, very, very important. You can expect a question on which glaciers have been officially declared dead or are almost on the verge of becoming dead. All right. So glaciers, so this is a compilation that is there for the major glaciers of the world which are either already dead or are about to be declared dead. Okay. The most important is Okukul. This is in Iceland. All right. This has already been declared dead. Then there is the Anderson Glacier. This is in Alaska. Paisol Glacier. This is in Switzerland. Yala Glacier, very important, in Nepal, in the Latlang Valley of Nepal. Yala Glacier. Okay, so just go through this list also once, know which all countries, especially in Indian context, Yala becomes very important because this is the first glacier in Nepal which has been officially declared dead in 2025, last year. Okay, then you have the Oyoroko Glacier. This was also declared dead in 21. This is in Mexico. Okay. So other places in news we saw in South America. Pedro Moreno Glacier, right? This is a World Heritage Site in Argentina. So this is also facing issues. Drake Passage we have already seen. Scarborough Shoal, this is again one of the disputed territories, Spratly Islands, Parcel Islands and Scarborough Shoal. These are three territories in the South China Sea which are disputed. Scarborough Shoal, Spratly Islands and Parcel Islands. All right. Then Turtle Islands also, this is very important for this year. Nyangai region, this is in Turtle Islands. This is off southern Leone, the coast, and these are almost disappearing due to rise in sea level. Okay, Turtle Islands. All right, and India, Nepal have inaugurated hydroelectric power project on the Arun River. Okay, these are also some other water bodies in news. Talking about volcano eruptions, this is also a major theme that is there currently this year. So for example, a recent one being Mount Dukono in Indonesia. In Hawaii, you have the Kilauea mountain. Hyali-Gubi volcano in Ethiopia in the Afar region. We did this yesterday. Mount Etna, ye to generally hote hi rehta hai. Okay, and this one is also very important. Lovotobi volcano in Indonesia. This also happened in March 2026. Okay, so these are some of the major volcano eruptions that have taken place in the last 1 year. Only thing, you just have to remember the name and the country. That's all. That's more than enough. All right. Lakes, major lakes of the world which are drying up. Again, one of the most favorite themes of UPSC. UPSC has asked Aral Sea, Lake Baikal, right? So UPSC has been asking a lot of questions on lakes. So this is also very important. Major lakes of the world that are drying up. Lake Aral, that is the Aral Sea. We've already seen this between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, right? Lake Miad, which is in USA. Then Lake Urmia is in Iran. Lake Shad, it is shared between two C's and two N's. 2C and 2N. 2C is Shad in Cameroon and 2 N's is Niger and Nigeria. Okay, Lake Chad. 2C, 2N, right? Lake Pupo, this is very important, Bolivia. This is the second largest lake, and this is almost all dried up. This is why this is in news, and it is connected to the Titicaca Basin. All right. Then Great Salt Lake, which is in USA, Lake Titicaca, this is what I mentioned, Peru and Bolivia. Lake Van, Turkey, again very important. Lake Van, Turkey, this is also Turkey's largest lake, and this is also under stress due to pollution and climate change. Lake Erie, this is different from this is different from the Lake Erie of USA, okay, so don't confuse with that. This is in Australia, this is Australia's largest inland lake, okay. And Lake Balkhash, Kazakhstan, which is also one of the largest lakes in Asia, all right. So these are the major lakes in the world which are currently drying up. Some lakes in India which are drying up, in fact, there is hardly any lake which you cannot say is not drying up. Almost all lakes are drying up. But important lakes being Vular in Jammu and Kashmir, Vular and Dal Lake in Jammu and Kashmir, they are drying up. Then you have the Sambhar Lake in Rajasthan, which is also a largest saline lake in India. Yes, Chilika Lake, which is the largest brackish water lagoon in Odisha. Then you have the Loktak Lake in Manipur, famous for the Sangai deer. Pulikat Lake, which is at the border of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Vembanad, Kerala. Dipor Bill, Assam, recently declared as a Ramsar site. Then Belandur Lake, this is in Bangalore, Karnataka. All right, Hussain Sagar again in Telangana, right? So most of these lakes you already know on account of either being in Ramsar site and all. So you can refer to this. But these are the main lakes in India which are also facing drying up. Okay, next we come to North America. North America. Simple geography of North America, 3 major countries we know. One is Canada, USA and Mexico, right? So our relationship with North America, so we have a comprehensive global strategic partnership with USA, and we also have a strategic partnership with Canada and Mexico. All right, so a lot of areas of cooperation with USA in defense and technology, semiconductors, AI, electronics, etc. With Canada, again, trade and investment, education, a lot of Indian students go abroad there for studying. Then Mexico, again, major investment area is automobiles and pharmaceutical sectors. All right, so this is the, roughly you can see the diaspora strength also. This is the kind of relationship we have with North America. Now, talking about the regions in conflict, when we talk about North America, let's talk about the regions in conflict, particularly here in North America. So write down, I'll dictate it to you. One is the Texas border, which is, you know, famous for illegal immigrants. Okay, then is the Darien Gap. Darien Gap, which is basically a rainforest region between Colombia and Panama, right? Colombia and Panama. So illegal migration also takes place here. Okay, Culiacán. This is again a US and Mexico issue for drugs and anti-narcotics operations have taken place here. Tijuana corridor in California. Tijuana corridor in California. And Guantanamo Bay, which you know is one of the largest. What is there? Guantanamo Bay mein? It has a jail, right? Okay. Okay, done. Caribbean islands, we've already seen the region. This is Cuba. Capital of Cuba is? Yes, thank you. Jamaica. Then you have Haiti, Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico, which is a US territory. All right, these are the major territories. Okay, but some other bilateral relations that India has. So India, China, we are 75 years of diplomatic ties. For last 4 or 5 years, the relationship has been strained on account of Doklam issue and otherwise. So, but anyway, the term dragon elephant tango, this term is in news. They say that now dragon and elephant should have a harmonious relationship with each other. So, dragon elephant tango, this is related to China, India, good terms. Okay, then India, Kyrgyzstan, we've just had we had a Kyrgyzstan bilateral investment treaty, which was signed in 2019 but came into force last year. Okay, so Kyrgyzstan BIT also came into force. Indus Water Treaty, this is always in news because whenever there is a terror attack in India, this is our first response that we will hold this in abeyance. Okay. Russia, we already has, India and Russia have celebrated the 25th anniversary of the declaration of their strategic partnership. So this has also been in news. We already know Ural Mountains, we know Caspian Sea, okay, and Caspian Sea we saw the neighboring countries yesterday, right? Then Volga River, Lake Baikal, these are the important regions of Russia. All right, USA, India and USA, we have recently announced the India-US trade deal. So USA is very much in news. You can just read a little bit more about the economic provisions of the trade deal. Okay, look at this question which UPSC has asked. Try and answer this. Which ones you know for sure confidently? हाँ, मेडिटेरेनियन से कर लो, बताओ. मोरक्को इज देयर, येस और नो? यस, ओके, तो ये तो करेक्ट है. 4 करेक्ट है, तो यू हैव ओनली एलिमिनेटेड 1 ऑप्शन. नेक्स्ट. Okay. Red Sea, Syria. Red Sea was the passage through which we entered and we reached Sinai Peninsula. So Syria तो बहुत ऊपर था, correct? So Red Sea, Syria you should be able to eliminate. So this is also eliminated. Now between this you only have to check 2 and 3. So you either know the countries of Caspian Sea or the Black Sea. Which one is the answer? Caspian Sea, Kazakhstan was there yesterday. We did it. Yes. Okay. Let's see Black Sea. Croatia लिखा है उसमें options में. These are the countries which are bordering the Black Sea. Croatia is not there. All right. This is Bulgaria, Romania. Moldova नहीं touch करता है. Okay. Moldova very close, comes very close to it, but does not border the Black Sea. So Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, Russia, Georgia and Turkey. Just write this down. The issue with mapping is that one has to do it again and again repetitively in order to solidify it in your memory. Okay, look at this question. Next question. Mediterranean Sea is a border of which of the following countries? You should be able to tell this. Yes, good. Okay, and this one, which of the following is geographically closest to Great Nicobar? Great Nicobar नीचे जा रहा है. Via the Strait of Malacca we connected to the Indian Ocean, right? So which it is the Sumatran island of Indonesia which is closest. Okay, so just take a look at that as well. See this question. Turkey is located between Mediterranean and which sea is this? Black Sea. Good. Black Sea. This is the Caspian Sea. Correct? This is the Caspian Sea, the one which is vertical. Horizontal is Black Sea. Alright? Okay. ये हमने किया था ना कैस्पियन सी में कल. अजरबैजान, ईरान, रशिया, right? Kazakhstan. Okay. Next. Okay, this is again Southeast Asia. These are the capital cities, right? Bangkok is the capital of Thailand. Hanoi, Jakarta, yes, and Singapore. So Singapore hai. Okay, the best way to remember these South Asian countries is first to this can also get very, very confusing. So best way to remember is first target Laos, which is the inland country. Okay, Laos you can see is in this shape of where it has a star-like structure. Okay, and in the end of Laos there is a small structure like this. You can think of it like a magic wand, at the base of which you have some holding thing. Okay, this magic wand here is Laos, this portion. So this is Laos, and here you have Cambodia. Okay, the base of Laos which you hold is Cambodia. With Laos, now you go for a outer body, like an outer, you can say neighboring country. This neighboring country is Vietnam. Okay, this is Vietnam. And then from one portion of here of Laos, you again draw a diamond shape. This diamond shape here next to the magic wand, just touching one part of the magic wand with the border. All right, this is Myanmar and this is Myanmar. All right, and then this portion from Cambodia to Thailand, here you will take one strip down like this. Correct? Understood? Do I do it again? Laos कर लिया, magic wand, Cambodia base, there is an outer territory here which is Vietnam, correct? Then Laos को just touch करते हुए draw a triangle, this is your Myanmar, a diamond, this is your Myanmar. And beach की territory में draw a leaf-like structure which goes till down. This what is going down is Thailand. This was Thailand. And इसी को then connected here with Myanmar, make it a kite, it becomes Myanmar. all right, and when you are connecting the two, in दोनों के end पे जाके you have Singapore. Got it? हाँ, Malaysia, sorry, Malaysia and then Singapore. Malaysia, why I am not saying this, because I want to first, आपका जो इंडोनेशिया के जो आइलैंड्स है उसको भी ऊपर ऊपर से यू कैन डिवाइड हाफ. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस प्लेस, राइट, ब्रुनई, सो दिस ऑल्सो कम्स अंडर मलेशिया. क्लियर? सो यू हैव फर्स्ट मेन लाओस, लाओस के नीचे कैम्बोडिया, लाओस के राइट में पूरा कवरिंग एंटायर कैम्बोडिया नीचे तक, यहाँ तक, ठीक है. यू हैव, लुक एट दिस केयरफुली नाउ, लाओस, then Cambodia, and uski outermost territory till the half of here is Vietnam. And then you draw a diamond shape which is your Myanmar, and then draw whatever is in between, make a leaf like structure here, this will be your Thailand. Finally bring one end of your Myanmar down, and then later followed by Malaysia and Singapore. Malaysia also to be included in the Indonesia, half of Indonesia. Separate. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Clear? And then of course you have the entire Indonesian belt, Java, Sumatra, Borneo, and then you have this Philippine Islands. Java, Sumatra, Borneo, these are the islands. You have to check. Okay? Okay, next. Which of the following water bodies pass through equator? Which of the following water bodies pass through equator? None. None of these. Okay. So we have to check two things here. One is the ones which are those lakes through which equator passes, and those mountains also through which equator passes but are usually snow-clad peaks. So for example, Mount Kenya. Okay, so we need to know some of those mountains also. I'll tell you later, we have that information. Okay. Anyway, then longest border between any two countries in the world is, we've discussed, US and Canada. Red Sea, answer this question. Consider the following statements regarding the Red Sea. Second is correct. Second is also correct. बहुत ही रेयर ही कोई रिवर है, बहुत ही छोटी है, but not really, nothing substantial. Which one? Where does Nile flow into? It goes up Port Said, Mediterranean. Okay. Next, rivers and which sea they flow into. Okay, so Mekong, right? Thames is in which? UK. It's in the passes through the capital of London. So this is why you also need to know which are the capital cities of the world and what are the major rivers that flow through them. Okay, so for example, London is Thames, Paris is Seine River, Berlin Spree. Okay, Budapest, Hungary, you have Danube. Correct? So जो important ones है, for example, Egypt, Cairo, you have Nile. Okay? So all the important rivers and the capital cities through which they flow. एक बारी just you have to go through this list also. ठीक है? The important ones, most of these you would already know. ऐसा नहीं है. जैसे Danube है, Danube is one of the largest rivers of Europe. Okay, so Danube will be here in Vienna, Austria also, here in Budapest also. So you can thoda sa link the two and then cover it. Okay. Then, okay, so yeah, I think this is it. Just one more infographic on what are the different countries in the world which in the last 1.5 years have seen protests from Gen Zs. Okay, and Gen Z protests are usually either about democratic rights movements, they are about internet freedom, correct? So Nepal, for example, we witnessed lots last year, Bangladesh, Indonesia. Mostly is again corruption against democratic reforms, taxations. These are the major issues where Gen Z protests have taken place. These are the snow-clad equatorial peaks, okay, where you have, so for example, Kemb, then you have Mount Kenya. Kilimanjaro is also there, but Kilimanjaro is just a little down south of equator, okay. Then Mount Stanley and Puncak Jaya, okay, this is in Indonesia. So these are some of the peaks in the world which are snow-clad, but they are located at the equator. So please go through this list also once, okay. So this is the rough summary. Now, right now we will also be seeing so basically what we have covered through these two sessions is this document of news through maps, correct, which is there available on our website. Now, through this document, what we have covered till now is we have covered these two portions in detail, which is our international relations, the different countries, and economy of the world. Now, all this portion, right, we are going to cover environment, disasters and all we have already seen, and a little bit of science and technology that we are going to cover. For this part, I'm going to leave it for you to see that culture, because GI tags hai, culture hai, what are the different art forms, what are the different paintings and sarees and etc. So I'm not going into that because that's more of actual information which is related to art and culture. So usme, there is no such role of mapping as such. You just go through the list so that you know that these are the important ones for this year's preparation. But right now, for now, we will just quickly cover the ones in environment. All right. So this is page number 37. Okay, so biosphere reserves in India, this is also important for this year. Biosphere reserves, just go through the list once, which all protected areas come under which biosphere reserve. Coal Desert Biosphere Reserve being the latest one to be added to the UNESCO's Man and Biosphere Program. This is the 13th Biosphere Reserve from the India to be added to that list. Okay. Then Ramsar sites, these are the Ramsar sites. Some of the Ramsar sites are not given in this map, probably this map was created long back. So this is Kichan, this is in Rajasthan. There is the Menar wetland complex, this is also in Rajasthan. Gokul Reservoir in Bihar and Gogabil in Bihar. Alright, another one which is not mentioned here is the one in Gujarat. This is Charidan, that is the 97th. Then right now how many Ramsar sites are there in India? 99. The 99th one being the Shekha Jheel. Shekha Jheel, which is near Aligarh. Okay, in Uttar Pradesh. And then you have the Patna Bird Sanctuary, which is again in Etah district of UP. This is the 98th Ramsar site. And then rest of these are mentioned. All right. So they just go through this list also of Ramsar sites. Wetlands in news, lots of wetlands are in news. Pangong Tso Lake. Pangong Tso Lake is the highest saline saltwater lake in the world. 1/3 of it is in India, rest is in China. Seen in many movies, and it changes its colors. So Dal Lake hosted the first ever Khelo India races. Okay, so lake hai, to all the championships were related to canoeing, right? The kayaking, basically all the water sports which are related to boating. Then there was also Shikara race. So all this was taking place here in Dal Lake, which is in the Khelo India Awards. And then of course you have Vembanad Lake, which is the largest brackish water lake in Kerala. All right. Okay, next, blue flag beaches in India. You need to have some time and energy to spend. If you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, then forget about it right now. Okay, don't take too much. Whichever ones you are slightly aware of. So for example, Rushikonda we know, Rushikulia beach, suna hua hai. Then, Rushikulia is in Odisha, this is Rushikonda. Then Radhanagar is in Andaman. Whichever beaches you know or you have heard of, try to remember them. Otherwise, just give it a skip because it's too late now for this mugging up. All right. Oh, blue flag certification. Blue flag certification is awarded for certain beaches which are very well maintained and very well kept. Okay, that is blue flag certification. Okay, geothermal provinces in India, again, no need to get too involved. Just understand there is a major project which is being launched here in Ladakh, that is the Puga geothermal project. All right, first, second and third, these are the major zones, and they are primarily on account of the tectonic forces that are there. All right, so they are tectonic in nature. Then protected areas, lots of them in news, so no point. Whichever ones you think you can remember, go ahead and remember them. All right, so this will obviously take some amount of time. Greater Flamingo Sanctuary, we saw this yesterday also, Dhanushkodi, correct? All right, next, geographical features of India in news. Shipkila Pass, which is in Himachal Pradesh, so basically gives access from India to Tibet or China, right? And then you have the Gangotri Glacier. This was in news because it has lost its 10% of its snow. Then Majuli Island, which is India's largest riverine island in the Brahmaputra River in Assam, correct? Which is surrounded by small wetlands called chaporis. Okay. Then Mount Kanchenjunga. So recently, the Sikkim CM has requested that climbing up of mountain Kanchenjunga should be banned, right? Because that leads to pollution and all sorts of activities. So this is the third highest peak after Everest and K2 in the world. Okay. Okay, Kancha Gachibowli, this is Telangana's forest. Naxal, earlier it was a Naxal area also. Oh, sorry, not this Gachibowli. This is Telangana's plan to create this is on the outskirts of Hyderabad, and they tried to create a IT park here, removing the forest. So that was the news, not required to do that. Okay, Barren Island is in Andaman. That is the only volcano, active volcano that is there in India. Okay, there is also a mud volcano in Andaman. Which even I can't recollect right now. Anyway, जो भी है, it is very close to this barren island जहाँ पर ये located है, ठीक है? And the Kariyachali Island, all right, this is between Rameshwaram and Gulf of Mannar. So you can just see there is also marine, this is a marine national park. Indian rivers in news, again I am not spending too much time on this because you either know it or you don't know it by now. The ones you know, just know why they were in news a little bit, you will be able to do it. Okay, other places in India, so for example you have the Ranjit Sagar Dam or the Thane Dam, correct? This was on River Ravi and this is in news because of heavy floods. Then you have Italian hydroelectric power project. So Forest Advisory Committee gave a in principle approval for a high conservation area. Then Kaleshwaram lift irrigation project. This project is already there, and recently there was a report that the significant damage has been done already to this. So this is located on the Godavari River. Pamban Bridge, we know this railway bridge, right, which connects to Rameshwaram to the mainland India. World geographical features, this we have already just seen, correct? We've already discussed the different. World water bodies, rivers you can do, lakes we have discussed. I have already told you that the lakes which are disappearing. And apart from that, for example, this one is unique, different. This is the Tulare Lake in California, which has re-emerged after 130 years, right? Because of melting of snow, right? Snow from the upper fetched mountain fetches, all right? Countries in news, this is important, the smaller countries in news. So for example, this one is important. Vanuatu, this is a country off the coast of Australia. This is always in news for because it's under threat from sea level rise. And this has just approached the International Court of Justice to classify environmental destruction, that it should be classified as an ecocide. Okay, so like a genocide, so ecocide, so which is why this was in news. Then Colombia, Bogota, this is where the second WHO conference on pollution and health was recently organized. We've seen Colombia is between Venezuela and Ecuador, and Colombia connects, sea se Colombia, sea se connects, yaad kar lo, to Panama. Okay. Then Denmark, Copenhagen, this is very important. Denmark has been in news because of Greenland also. Greenland is a territory of Denmark, so we know that. And Green Strategic Partnership. So India and Denmark have had a green strategic partnership for employment and jobs in the green sector, economic sector. Okay, Ethiopia, capital is Addis Ababa. The UN Food System Summit took place here. And Tuvalu Islands, this is also very, very important, very much found in news very frequently, again, which is threatened by the rising sea levels. All right. Then Ecuador, we've already done this. Capital of Ecuador is Quito. All right, and off the coast of Ecuador, we have done Galapagos. Disaster affected areas, I've already given you the list of volcanic eruptions. So just go through that list, and most of them covered there. Conferences and convention, this you can do on your own. This is again doesn't require anything. Ramsar ka hua tha Zimbabwe mein, then Basel ka convention and Rotterdam conventions took place here, Minamata in Geneva. ठीक है, तो ये सब एक बारी देख लेना. You already know the names of these conventions, what are they famous for. So just see the place in which they are located. Okay, so I don't know why this has hung, but anyway, so uske baad there is science and technology. Write down, I'll just give you a few notes that what are they related to science and technology. In the world, USA has recently initiated or launched a Genius Act, GENIUS, Genius Act, to establish a regulatory framework for stable coins. What are stable coins? Stable coins are basically digital currencies which are pegged to any fiat currency or a real world asset. Okay, so they are less volatile as compared to cryptocurrencies. Okay, those are stable coins. So they could be fiat backed, for example, they could be backed by actual currencies like dollar, or they could be backed by gold or some other asset. Okay. Then come to Chile. In Chile, we have launched an Atlas survey telescope. Atlas survey telescope, which is funded by NASA, and the aim of this telescope is to find near Earth objects as in near Earth asteroids, etc., which could have an impact on Earth. Okay, near Earth asteroids. Atlas survey telescope in Chile. Okay. Next is oncolytic vaccine enteromics. Oncolytic this is basically a vaccine which is being developed by Russia. All right, this is being developed by Russia to treat cancer with the help of a vaccine. So the idea is that this vaccine will allow the proliferation of certain virus which will identify the cancer cells in the body and will enter the cancer cells and multiply there and finally finish off that cancer cell. Okay, so this is one technology. This is known as oncolytic virotherapy. Same, oncolytic virotherapy. That means you are trying to, through the virus, you are trying to remove the cancer cells. All right. Okay, then next is pangenome. Pangenome, Russia, China, this is from China. China has tried to create the pangenome of rice. Pangenome means you are trying to map all the genomes of all the strains of a particular species, or type of crop or whatever plant, right? So all the strains of all the genes of all the strains, so pangenome. So pangenome should be actually understood in the context of, for example, if there are 3 organisms, मतलब 3 strains of the same species, for example ये rice 1 है, rice 2 है and rice 3 है, there will be certain features which are common to all 3. Those genes will be the core genes of that rice. That means all rice strains will definitely have those genes. These will be some overlapping areas where some strains will be having 2 common type of gene set, and this area will be unique to each strain of rice. Okay, so this is how a pangenome is calculated. That is a pangenome. Okay. Then news is coming from Japan that Japan has created the first 3D printed railway station. Okay, 3D printed train station in 6 hours. And South Africa has become the first country to allow heritable human genome editing. Heritable human genome editing. Okay. Now some science news from India and then we can wrap up the session. All right. First is Ladakh. We have inaugurated the HOPE mission. HOPE mission. HOPE stands for Himalayan Outpost. Himalayan Outpost for Planetary Exploration. Himalayan Outpost for Planetary Exploration. In Sokar Valley. Sokar Valley of Ladakh. Then India's largest lithium-ion battery manufacturing unit has been set up in Haryana. Largest lithium-ion manufacturing plant. Next, Rudastra. This is in Rajasthan. All right. A successful trial of hybrid drones or unmanned aerial vehicle was conducted here in Pokhran. Okay. Maharashtra has launched Mahacrime OS. AI, which is an artificial intelligence technology to tackle cyber crimes. Okay. Next, Hansa 3 mission from Karnataka. Hansa 3 from Karnataka. Okay. Which has been developed by the CSIR and National Aerospace Technologies or labs. Okay, this is of course an aircraft. Next is SODAR, SODAR, that is Sound Detection and Ranging System. Sound Detection and Ranging System, SODAR, has been launched at IMD Delhi. IMD Delhi. Okay. Then an animal stem cell biobank. Animal stem cell bank has been created in Telangana, Hyderabad. Okay, and a hydrogen fuel cell passenger vessel hydrogen fuel cell passenger vessel basically has started in Varanasi. And national hub for quantum communication, national hub for quantum communication, national hub for quantum communication has been launched at IIT Madras. This is under the National Quantum Mission. All right. So this is from the news, and rest of the news is related to culture. Okay, so culture is one thing which I think you can do on your own. This doesn't require any mapping as such. You can just go through the document. The document will be uploaded on the website. Basically, it's already there on the website. It will be uploaded with the video on YouTube as well. Okay, any questions? All good? Okay, so don't worry. Whatever you have done in this session, this is good enough to hold you in good stand in the examination, particularly with respect to regions. Some more additional regions, for example, Russia-Ukraine conflict, Venezuela, some of the regions will be added to this list, right? We'll add it more in the form of infographics. So once the document is updated, I'll put it up on there on YouTube, and then you can download it from there. All right. So that's all. This is news through maps. I think this is more than enough. This more detailing at this point in time with this kind of is not really required. It's not possible also. All right. Most important thing is those Middle East regions which are in conflict, water bodies and countries related to that. Once you are thorough with that, then you should be able to solve questions. Should not be an issue. All right. Let's see what UPSC asks this year. Okay. Thank you.
Every UPSC result proves one thing quietly. Success does not begin at the final stage. It begins much earlier, with the kind of foundation a student builds. The UPSC CSE 2025 result makes that visible again. 10 candidates in the top 100 prepared through the Vision IAS GS Foundation Classroom course, including AIR 5 in Shan Bhatnagar. That kind of result is not built on motivation alone. It is built on the right sequence, the right guidance, and the right correction. This is what the Vision IAS Delhi GS Foundation course is designed for. Concept-first classroom learning, so preparation is not scattered. Early answer writing and testing, so improvement starts on time. PT 365 and Mains 365, so current affairs become usable in the exam. and mentorship that keeps preparation aligned, focused and accountable. Because in UPSC, hard work is common. Structured preparation is what creates separation. If you are targeting UPSC 2027, start by building your base the right way. Vision IAS Delhi GS Foundation course. Upcoming classroom batches at Karol Bagh, 24th March at 5 p.m, 30th March at 8 a.m, and 7th April at 11 a.m. At GTP Nagar, 17th March at 8 a.m. and 25th March at 6 p.m. Register at our website or call us on the given numbers.
यूपीएससी 2027 का लक्ष्य जितना बड़ा है उसे पाने की योजना भी उतनी ही स्पष्ट और संगठित होनी चाहिए। विजन आईएएस लेकर आया है क्लासरूम फाउंडेशन कोर्स 2027 के 12 से 14 महीनों का एक ऐसा सुव्यवस्थित कार्यक्रम है जहां आपकी तैयारी एक अनुशासित और वैज्ञानिक ढांचे में आगे बढ़ती है। यहाँ क्लासरूम लर्निंग के साथ साथ आपको मिलता है लाइव और रिकॉर्डेड सेशंस का विकल्प, जिसे आप अपने व्यक्तिगत ऑनलाइन पोर्टल के माध्यम से कभी भी और कहीं भी एक्सेस कर सकते हैं। तैयारी के सफर को और भी प्रभावी बनाती है हमारी व्यक्तिगत क्लासरूम मेंटरिंग। हमारे एक्सपर्ट मेंटर्स नियमित मार्गदर्शन और स्मार्ट स्टडी मैनेजमेंट के जरिए आपकी तैयारी को एक सही दिशा और गति प्रदान करते हैं। शैक्षणिक दृष्टिकोण से देखें तो ये कोर्स मुख्य परीक्षा के सामान्य अध्ययन के चारों प्रश्न पत्रों, सीसेट और निबंध का व्यापक कवरेज सुनिश्चित करता है। विषयों की समसामयिक समझ विकसित करने के लिए मासिक करंट अफेयर्स मैगजीन और रिवीजन क्लासेस के साथ साथ पीटी 365 और मेंस 365 की विशेष कक्षाएं भी इस कार्यक्रम का अनिवार्य हिस्सा हैं, ताकि स्टैटिक और करंट अफेयर्स के बीच एक सटीक संतुलन बना रहे। तैयारी की गहराई मापने के लिए निरंतर अभ्यास अनिवार्य है, इसलिए डेली असाइनमेंट्स और साप्ताहिक मिनी टेस्ट के साथ साथ मासिक प्रीलिम्स और मेंस टेस्ट के माध्यम से आपकी प्रगति का निरंतर आकलन किया जाता है। इस कार्यक्रम की शक्ति है हमारी प्रतिष्ठित ऑल इंडिया टेस्ट सीरीज, जिसमें प्रीलिम्स के 35, मेंस के 30, सीसेट के 25 और निबंध के 5 टेस्ट का समावेश है। साथ ही संधान पोर्टल पर 25,000 से अधिक प्रश्नों का विशाल संग्रह आपके अभ्यास और विश्लेषण को और भी सुदृढ़ बनाता है। अब समय है अपनी मेहनत को एक मजबूत, संरचित और निरंतर प्रक्रिया में ढालने का। विजन आईएएस के साथ जुड़े और यूपीएससी 2027 की अपनी सफलता की राह को एक स्पष्ट दिशा दें।
UPSC Prelims is not the destination, it's the first crucial step, and clearing this step requires more than hard work. It demands the right strategy. Vision IAS All India GS Prelims Test Series 2027 with Sandhan is designed to give you that edge from the very beginning. With 35 structured tests, build your journey from fundamentals to full-length tests, ensuring clear, step-by-step progression. With Sandhan, personalized practice, you get more than 25,000 questions targeting your weak areas. Every test becomes a step toward measurable improvement. With smart analysis plus mentoring gain, get precise insights into your mistakes and refine your strategy with expert guidance. With quick revision material, QRM, focus on revising what truly matters exactly when you need it the most. Starting from 19th April, ensure you don't just attempt Prelims 2027, you prepare to clear it. To register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. All India GS Mains Test Series and Mentoring Program 2027, not just a test series, a system designed to improve how you write. For Mains 2027, what matters is not how much you know, but how effectively you present it on paper. And that's exactly what this program builds. Write regularly, get evaluated with precision, understand your mistakes, improve with clear mentorship. So with every test, your answers become more structured, more relevant, more impactful. This is where preparation turns into performance. Start early, improve consistently. Be ready for Mains 2027. To know more, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. Are you ready to face prelims head-on? Because prelims is not just about knowledge, it's about performance under pressure. That's where Abhyaas, the All India Prelims, GS plus CSAT mock test comes in. Designed as a true exam simulation, Abhyaas recreates the real UPSC. Prelims experience the same pattern, the same time constraints and the same intensity. It places you in a national arena, competing with aspirants across India, backed by an all-India ranking that reveals your true standing. Attempted by 1 in 3 top 50 rankers, Abhyaas has become a trusted benchmark for serious aspirants. With detailed post-test analysis, live discussions and complete syllabus coverage in both English and Hindi, it ensures your preparation is not just extensive but exam-ready. 3 full-length offline simulations will be conducted across 100+ cities on 5th April, 19th April and 10th May. From 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. for General Studies, that is Paper 1, and 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. for CSAT, that's Paper 2. Challenge your preparation, test your performance, For more information or register, visit our website or call us on the given numbers. Every UPSC result proves one thing quietly: success does not begin at the final stage. It begins much earlier, with the kind of foundation a student builds. The UPSC CSE 2025 result makes that visible again. 10 candidates in the top 100 prepared through the Vision IAS GS Foundation Classroom course, including AIR 5 in Shan Bhatnagar. That kind of result is not built on